honestly cannot wait until the finale. But first, we're going to have to talk about the episode before the finale, which I also loved. Hey guys, and welcome back to Kellie TV. So it starts out that the girls were going to the police, as they stated in the last episode, but of course A, or someone trying to be A, stops them, and they're passing by a storefront with all kinds of TVs, and Allie shows up in that striped dress that you guys told me was from when she was at the hospital, which I totally remember now. And there's a couple messages. One, we're all in this together, which totally sounds like that could be coming from Allie, but that's probably too obvious. And act normal bitches also sounds like Allie, because I don't know very many guys who talk like that. But maybe, as Spencer says later on in the show, they want us to think it's Allie. This is way too obvious to me that it's Allie. Just way too obvious. And then I'm wondering who is really good at manipulating tech like that. I mean, Mona seems like she could do it, but also Caleb, which I don't think Caleb's involved. But hey, you just never know. So we actually don't see Allie at all in this episode, which I was kind of glad, because I'm kind of sick of her, and I think you guys are too. Her dad apparently took her out of town because this scary kidnapper is on the loose, and he may find her. Oh my goodness. So Caleb hasn't stopped drinking, and Caleb was the focus a lot of this episode, and I definitely think that means something, although it annoyed me quite a bit that they kept talking about Ravenswood, because I did not like the show. I tried to watch it. I need them to move on from that. But why is he drinking? We'll go into that a little bit later. So Ezra is being Inspector Gadget, and he tells M that he's never heard of Cyrus. I'm not really sure if I should believe that or not, but he does come up with some really helpful information a little bit later on. So Mike and Mona are back together. Isn't that awesome? I've actually never liked Mike. He's a jerk half the time, so they really kind of match, to be honest. But Arya does not want them together. She's telling her dad that they need to be split up. So the girls are suspecting that Allie is probably involved in all this. They're really against her. All of them at this point are against her. And we're back to Caleb drinking again. And is it because of Ravenswood? That's kind of what they've hinted in this episode. But maybe it's something more sinister. Maybe it's something else that we haven't figured out yet. Anyway, Spencer thinks that Toby should talk to him, have an intervention, try to get him to stop his drinking ways. So Melissa, as we thought about in the last episode, she has gone. She's not in this episode. And she has left Spencer a note saying that she has left and that she promises to tell her everything soon. So the girls are now wondering if Allie has made a deal with A to leave town, because she was supposed to be in tons of trouble if she left. And she left, so what's up with that? Spencer tells Toby that Caleb looks haunted. Again, so much emphasis on Caleb in this episode. Are they just trying to throw us off, or what's up with that? Let me know what your thoughts are. So Tanner is asking the liars who they think killed Bethany. Obviously, she thinks they're somehow involved, and that freaks them out, because they aren't, I guess. We never know. And Spencer is finally watching that video that we saw Melissa recording. There's lots of good info in this video, so let me talk about that first. So she's gone back to London, home of Ren, right? So maybe there's something up with that. She says she saw Spencer the night Allie disappeared. Spencer had a shovel, and Melissa thought that the body she saw, which was a blonde-haired girl, she didn't look at the face, she thought that Spencer had killed Allie. She thought it was Allie. So Melissa, being the wonderful sister she is, pushed that body in the hole and proceeded to bury her, but then she realized she buried her alive, which is freaking terrible. Now, the PLL Twitter account was saying that there is a possible surprise message in this video, and if you watch later on in the episode, Spencer is going over it and over it again, and I've watched that scene several times trying to figure out if there was something that we're missing. What do you guys think? I think there's something hidden in there, because I thought that when I watched it. I thought it more when I saw it on the Twitter account, so something's up with that. Maybe it's not the whole truth, not sure, but you detectives are good, so you let me know what you think. So it looks like Paige has a new girlfriend. Maybe this girl's been around Rosewood before, but I don't remember seeing her. She's kind of tired of Emily putting her off, which I don't blame her. Toby's intervention with Caleb was a total failure, no shock there, and they all think that it's Ravenswood that has driven him to drinking, so maybe that, maybe something else. Ezra is very good with his detective skills. He finds out that that guy in the camo that we'd seen those pictures that of Allie that Noel had is in fact Cyrus, who has a few aliases. And Mona goes to this weird like retro movie with Paige and her girlfriend. Well, they're just there. They're not with her. Byron, Mike, and Arya. And she kind of freaks out when the people on screen start crying. She leaves the room. She's in the bathroom crying, having like a breakdown. And so Aria goes to figure out what's up with her. She says she's basically playing like the innocent card, saying she was just always trying to protect herself from Allie, and that, you know, Allie is going to go after the girls next, and Mona's acting so sweet and so innocent. Not sure if we should trust her, but honestly, what I think and what a lot of other people think is that she is building up, or they're building all this up because she's going to be the one who dies in the finale. I read a very good comment from one of my followers, Katie, who posted this actually on my Instagram account, that they think she's actually going to kill herself rather than someone being murdered, which I think is a really good thought, because we know she has mental issues, so I could totally see her killing herself, and we don't suspect, you know, we're not expecting people to kill themselves. We think there's going to be a murder next week. So I thought that was an awesome, awesome thought. Or perhaps it's going to look like suicide, but it's not really. We'll find out next week. So by the way, did you ever think that making a video confession that you murdered someone was a bad idea? Because who is with me thinking that that video Melissa made is totally going to come back to haunt her? So Tanner shows up at Aria's house, and she wants to talk to Byron about Aria's involvement with the Bethany Young murder, which she doesn't think she did it, but she thinks she's somehow involved, which is interesting for all you guys who think that Aria is A. And, you know, she says the police are interested in Aria. They just want to talk right now. But the big news here is that someone is going to confess to police, or that is what Tanner is saying. And all the girls say it's not them, so they think it's Allison. But again, this seems too easy. Maybe it's Mona, because she didn't say it was one of the best friends, one of the liars. So who do you guys think is going to confess to Tanner? That was interesting to me. And then we're back with Toby and this Ravenswood nonsense and how it screwed him up, and I just do not care. And then they were trying to plug that Ouija board movie that they ran a big promo for during the show by having a Ouija board and PLL, and I'm just like, please stop trying to connect to other things. So tired of that. Spencer finally showed the girls Melissa's video. They were pretty shocked, and we learned another clue here. We didn't really learn it, but they emphasized that Bethany was wearing the exact same clothes as Allie was wearing the night she went missing. So it was obviously planned that Bethany was going to take Allie's place. So this was no accident at all. In fact, maybe someone set up Melissa if she was the one who really buried Bethany. So Emily was talking about that picture, the picture that shows up at the beginning of Allie in the dress, and she's like, you know, we're really in trouble with this picture of A at the hospital. And Aria's like, you said A, what? She was like, no, I said Allie. So what's up with that? Were they just trying to throw us off here, or why did she mix up her words like that? That also seems important. So, you know, I mean, this is probably one of the, well, the Ezra reveal last season, that finale, gosh, I was just freaking out to see that one. But I am really interested, and I hope the person who dies, I mean, it would be okay if it's Mona, but honestly, I hope it's someone more important than that, but I don't think it will be. I think it's going to be like a secondary character, but I'm really looking forward to it. I hope it doesn't let us down, because I don't know, this season has just been awesome. So I want to give a huge shout out to my subscriber of the week, Liar by Nature, who was totally right on about Melissa's secret. She totally knew that it was going to be that she buried Bethany. So way to go. And she also thinks that Allie isn't 100% evil, which I also agree with. If you want to be the subscriber of the week, I pick a new person every week. All you have to do is post your theories under this video, and I will select someone. I read all your comments and respond to all your comments, so rest assured I will be reading them, and I will make the difficult decision of picking my subscriber of the week for next week, which brings me to a couple of things. So we only have one more episode of PLL, so I want to still do PLL videos after this season ends. So what are your ideas for that? Because I want to stay connected to you guys. I don't want you guys to go away, because I cover other shows too, but you may not watch that. Or what are just some videos in general that you would like to see me do? I am open to all your suggestions. I did get a really good suggestion about a question and answer that we can do through Twitter, and I do want to do that, but I decided that I will save it. So after the finale, I'll probably do it that following week, and we'll get more info about that. I'll give you more a little bit later. Just make sure you're following me on Twitter. Several of you are reaching out to me this week, which is awesome. The Twitter link is down below. It's Kellie_TV, and I will follow you back. And that's going to be the place where you find out where my, my videos, when they're posted, and I tweet Pretty Little Liar stuff. So that would be awesome if you follow me there. And I also want to know who you think is going to die and why in the finale, because I think it really could be anybody. Right now my money is on Mona, but you just never know. So thank you so much again for watching this episode and for supporting Kellie TV, and I will see you next week, and I cannot wait.